I'll be honest, I had a lot more of a dramatic opening to this video originally planned, but I decided to give up on it because, you know, much like my presence on YouTube the past few months, it's got to be pretty disappointing. So anyways, for those of you who don't follow my posts or whatnot, conveniently in perfect timing with everything else that's terrible that's been happening, I just so happened to have a little error with my Pico 4 headset. By error, I mean it just stopped letting me run any software because it thought that I pirated the entire OS. It essentially believed that every single piece of software that I had downloaded on there was sideloaded, and so it locked me out of everything for several months. And it was then I kind of forgot about my headset. But for whatever reason today, I put it on and it works, so I figured I'd make something. I feel like I've spent too much time already talking about my plans for YouTube and everything. Because honestly, I don't have plans. I just make those videos because I don't want to actually work on projects. But this is a project. In fact, it's a project composed of other projects. What I mean is, this video is going to be me going over every one of my old archived projects that I never finished that I want to show you. There's a lot of stuff here that's so terrible you're never gonna see it. Projects could mean games, songs, ideas, pretty much anything, but this video specifically is just gonna be some old games that I didn't finish. I'm gonna show you some footage from them, explain them, we're gonna go on little tours, and without further ado, let's get the video started. Our first stop of the video is a Scrub's Guide to Circuits. That's my old logo for those of you that unfortunately know what it is. I really wish I got rid of it a long time ago. Essentially, I had this phase quite a while ago where I was kind of obsessed with making a class because I took Hunt of the Hunters. I hope I'm remembering that properly. I took his circuit class, and yeah, I dropped out long before I graduated because I didn't have that kind of free time, but it inspired me to try and do something of my own, which I also didn't commit to. When it comes to course plans or pretty much anything I planned on doing, I didn't have plans. I actually held a few classes here at some point. They weren't officially registered as classes on Rec Room though, because I didn't want to do that really much. Honestly, I feel like the whole concept of courses is still super interesting, and I might do it again, so you guys let me know what you would think about this. I chose circuits specifically because I used to be really good at them until Circuit V2 came out, and honestly, I'm caught up on maybe 2% of the chips. I might take a class myself, I don't know. Next room. This next stop is a really old project entitled Troops Honor. I decided to show it specifically because I'm embarrassed of it, and I want you guys to see that I've kind of sort of improved. Essentially, for those of you that unfortunately are aware, I had a really bad Star Wars phase at the beginning of my YouTube career. In fact, I made a YouTube video where I did a lightsaber duel with somebody. I'll play a quick clip from that right now, just so you can get an idea.
You killed my father. Obi-Wan told me everything.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But essentially, the objective of this game was kind of like if you've ever played Battlefront 2, it was like the Supremacy game mode where you go around and try and complete objectives to take over territory and eventually win the match, which takes like 40 minutes on average. For those of you that are really hyper-specific about Star Wars, I did Geonosis, Tatooine, and the Death Star. This specific game mode actually had an objective, but I kind of forgot about it. If you're wondering why my screen is violently shaking, I'm currently in a transport that supposedly takes you to the Death Star. Never mind. Okay. So essentially, this map was scrapped because I have a tendency to make huge projects that are way too much for me, and it ends up really getting blown out of the water. This was probably the best example of that, if I'm being honest, because I was, anticipating like getting on the hot page with this, and it did not go very well. This stop in the video was kind of short, you know, really bad lighting, really bad game in general, but I just wanted a little bit of filler content because the final one, I'm actually a little bit upset I ended up scrapping, so let's go check it out. So this is in pixelated. It was my original entry for, I forget what contest it is now, that was replaced by the Theater Kid. For those of you that have played that, it's pretty terrible. Please don't play it. Essentially, this game was a little mini quest in which you play as somebody who is trying to investigate the disappearance of their sister by going like on the dark web and meeting up with someone who claims that they know how to find her. So why was it scrapped like completely? It's bad, like really bad. This level is from the game in which you like discover that the whole operation isn't actually taking place online, and you're rather in some elaborate warehouse of traps and boxes and stuff that this guy uses to scheme you and try and kidnap you. Eventually, it got so complicated that by level 9, I just decided to scrap the quest, and I'd gotten so close to the finisher, which I completely forgot what I even was planning on doing. So pretty much everything here, it's going to remain archived for a long time. I remember explicitly working on this quest with a few friends of mine and being really proud of it, because at the time I was. Although looking back, I had such terrible voice acting throughout the whole thing. In fact, I was the only one even doing voice acting, so it was really bad. All in all, I stick with my statement that this whole video is meant to just show you how terrible my old stuff was, so you have a little bit of a looking glass, so you know the standard is not as low as it used to be. But I think for now, I'll let this part of the video be over, even though it's, you know, the main segment. I would like to actually go over, you know, the more obvious thing, that being that I have not made a video in a long time. So even though it may come as a surprise to a lot of you for some reason, I am in high school, and that kind of means that I don't have that free time as much. I'm in a lot of extracurriculars. I have people I like to spend my time with. I don't find a lot of time at home anymore, and that's really unfortunate, because during quarantine, I had every second of every day. There would be days where I wouldn't even eat because I would spend the whole day on VR, and honestly, I can't even pretend like I've matured or anything. That still sounds super fun, but I can't do it anymore. I got PSATs coming up like literally tomorrow, so as for daily uploads, that's never going to be possible. But I mean, maybe another time this week I'll do something. I'm trying to make a slow transition over to commentary. This is just to make it pretty clear that no, I'm not dead. I can still record. It's been difficult though. I know a lot of you, for whatever reason, look up to me in a way. I mean, reading your guys' comments these past few months have, like, wow, they have been so kind. All of you have been so generous and patient on me, and honestly, I don't think I deserve patience, because it's been ages since I've even responded to you guys. Since I, you know, talked about my copyright issue with the Pico and everything, I haven't gotten anything done for this channel. Pretty much nothing. I have scripts that I haven't turned into videos yet, but I found that whenever I have a little script in front of me, I'm standing there blankly. I don't like it. I prefer just improvising, talking with my voice, and then cutting out the parts where I stutter, which is, you know, pretty frequently. Like I said, I'm making the slow transition to commentary, which is gonna take a while. I'll probably even just do like Rec Room commentary, because that's still a thing that exists. But I'm not gonna be like rinse and repeat. I'm gonna do my own thing, and a lot of you guys quoted me saying that last time, but I mean it. Simply put, I'm just gonna do whatever. I won't make this exact statement over and over again, but I hope those of you who are still here enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any suggestions for future videos. I have a big old bulletin board of things that I'm trying to do for, you know, future uploads. In the meantime, thank you all so much for tuning in. I'll call it a video for now. Yeah, I've got nothing left to say. You guys have a good day.